23 of the PLAYIN Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Alex Nichol, aka Think Bad Monkey. With me this week, I've got, again, Alec Ward, aka Alex Pillett. How you doing, Alec?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Good. And Stephen Riley, aka Kaylis. Welcome back to the podcast.
Yeah,
Steve.
it's been a while.
Good. No Conrad this week. He's feeling under the weather.
Oh.
I know.
Dear.
No.
Boo.
What little boo.
Yeah.
But
his mum called in.
we're going to soldier on. Yeah, his mum actually called Alec up and said, Conrad won't be coming to the podcast today because he's not feeling.
Conrad can't come and play today because he's not feeling very well.
Yeah. He's not allowed out.
So I had to take the chicken nuggets out of the...
he hasn't got Ebola, has he?
Oh yeah, God, the Ebola.
You know he's got Ebola, has he?
No.
Well, you've got to be very careful how you say it.
Why is that?
Because I thought he said Ebola.
Yeah,
because he have Ebola?
The first time you said Ebola,
yeah.
But then you sort of, in your sort of Essex boy accent very fast, you went, ain't got a boner, is he?
Either that.
I'm sorry, I can't get out. He's got this erection that will not go away.
Either that or Steve thinks that everybody in West Africa are currently getting high.
Yeah, exactly. Steve genuinely does think that it's called a boner.
Yeah. That Ebola's not bad, is it? Yeah.
I'm just saying, be careful. Right?
Make good use of that.
I did hear that a US aid worker contracted Ebola, and because the US is so smart, they're treating them back in America.
Yeah, bring him back.
Highly contagious disease. Let's go back to America.
Those don't treat him here.
Yeah, that's fine. We're an island as well, so
Yeah,
we'll be alright.
We're fine.
We'll just close all the ferries.
Unless
We're in Ireland, so if it gets here, we're fucked.
unless a swallow can get Ebola and fly to us.
Why swallow?
Why not? Well, because swallows are migratory, aren't they? So I don't know where I come from.
Now I remember why we didn't have Steve on the podcast. It's got the weeks.
So we've not talked about naming.
I knew there was a reason that we didn't have Steve on the podcast.
Is there a problem why I can't talk about migratory birds on a podcast about games?
You probably can.
Yeah.
Right, so moving away from Ebola, Steve, I want to talk about a game then.
Gaming?
Is that supposed to sound like a disease?
Oh no, just supposed to be a kind of segue. How do you segue to gaming from Ebola?
So the popularity of some games has almost become contagious.
Highly contagious that you want to
Speaking of contagious,
It's like the Destiny beta.
Oh yeah, that's really good. Yeah, right, let's package this all up. So we're saying, like, speaking of contagion, did you hear that 1.5 million people were infested with the Destiny beta last week?
I did.
That's not bad. That's good teamwork. Good job, Alex. That was well put together from you.
Yeah. Good context there, man.
Yep.
Anyway, yeah, go on.
Anyway, yeah, so Ebola's really bad. No, sorry, I mean Destiny.
Ebola bad, yeah.
No, so we had a good chat about Destiny last week. But of course, one person's opinion we didn't get, Steve, was yours.
I didn't really get to play it, which I'm gutted
Yeah,
about.
no. So I really didn't realise this. I put Destiny beta. Let's get Steve's opinion, then realise he didn't play it.
Well, actually, the one time I went round to play it, it was actually down, which must have frustrating.
That's what we said last week. Yeah, we timed it horrendously.
No, we did not think that through.
But on the whole, I think it went down very well. I've heard some more news about it. Did you manage to take the weekend, Alec, to get your little special symbol you got?
No, I was busy.
You get a symbol?
You know, I had my plan to get it using
To play
the Vita.
remotely, yeah.
Yeah, my internet here, my fuse went, so my internet cut out. So I
no.
got back and was like, why? No, basically, if you played at a certain time on the Saturday, you got like a bonus item, which I thought was going to be like a cool item of clothing, but it was just like a symbol.
Gimmicky. I don't feel...
And then also for a limited period of time on the weekend, they opened the moon. The moon as well, because you know you were only on Earth. The Crucible, they opened the moon for a small period of time.
Did
so
they?
you go to the moon.
Awesome. Was it good though? I'm sure it was.
I didn't play the moon. The Destiny beta was great. We spoke a lot about it last week. And no, really looking forward to it. Yeah, like I said, 1.4 million people they had playing at one time. That was the highest.
Apparently,
that was the highest
crashed
point.
the Xbox One, I think.
What, did it?
I think I read somewhere. I think I read on F4G that it literally crashed the Xbox One like it crashed Xbox Live.
Wow.
Jeez.
Yeah, so 1.4 million people are playing one game at once on the servers.
That's a beta as well.
On the beta.
That's probably more popular than Watch Dogs.
Yeah.
I mean, it's... PS... I imagine it... Probably the same on Xbox 360 as well, I imagine then.
What, popularity?
No, the crash. If it's Xbox Live.
I don't know. I don't know whether it's the same, to be honest.
Because you've got same... not the same servers, different servers.
Different servers. Yeah, and you can do different things on the Xbox One, Xbox Live. And you can talk to people on Xbox 360, Xbox Live.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can. You can send them messages and that sort of shit. I don't know if you can party chat. I've never tried.
That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I had a friend who played it on the 360, and he thought it was great. I thought it was really, really good.
I think you do some comparisons, and it doesn't actually look too bad.
No, I saw the comparison screenshots. You can definitely tell.
Did you actually open the pictures though onto properly fully open them instead of if you actually fully open them up to full screen?
So small.
You can really tell the difference.
The textures were a lot smoother on the old.
Well, they always will be.
But I thought in whole it's playable.
Yeah.
Like I said, I had a friend who played it on the 360 and thought it was great. Really, really thought it was great. So obviously there's not a gap in gameplay ability.
No.
It's pretty good.
Oh, awesome. But it's kind of clear though. Once I think the alpha came out, there's a lot that's going on. It's going to be a good game, I think. But I don't think it's going to be over. It's going to be overhyped. But I think they might actually accomplish the hype.
Yeah, I think they're going to get close to it at least.
Plus, you've got to bear in mind that they're not aiming for like a month window. Everyone buys it and they make the money. They're aiming for like a 10-year.
It's going to be a full franchise. Which is
so. I reckon they definitely will make their money.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they'll make their money.
Yeah.
So considering they're spending 500 million on advertising or marketing,
or the whole marketing,
I should say marketing.
Yeah, it makes you wonder. But maybe they count the beta as marketing because they really went.
I reckon so. Yeah,
I think it'll be.
I reckon so.
The whole,
because it's pretty much just a demo, really.
The whole shebang.
Done is just give everybody a demo to play for a bit.
I was really surprised they do an alpha and a beta. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I guess it worked out because Steve, you were saying how rubbish El Dingleby, whatever his name is.
Pete Dinklage. Now as he's called El Dingleby.
Yeah, El Dingleby sounded on the alpha, but I thought he sounded very good. Well, he sounded pretty decent on the beta, but very few people played the alpha compared to the beta. And could you imagine if they hadn't done an alpha, they just went straight for beta and they had that voice?
No, absolutely.
People would be tearing into it.
Hence why they redid all the voice, I think. Not sure about all of it, but I know they went through most.
They did certain lines and they took some. And what they've done as well is they added a more robotic sound to the voice. They had another filter on.
Okay.
They didn't have that wizard came from the moon thing.
No, they took that out.
Oh, really?
It's like.
Does he still sound as boring as?
I think he's alright. I liked him.
Yeah, I thought it was quite good. Now and then it was quite sort of.
It just sounded at certain points. Yeah, that's the thing. It sounded so monotone. But
he's a robot, in fairness.
Yeah, but things are still the fact that when it's explained, because some points it gets quite emotional. There's it wasn't fixed, monotonous. Sometimes it was very out there and enthusiastic, and other times it wasn't. So it needed to be. If it was monotonous, it has to be monotonous the whole way through, as opposed to certain points fluctuating. That's what I think.
It didn't fluctuate too bad, I don't think.
I thought he was good. Yeah,
I thought Bill Nye was good, but you didn't like Bill Nye, did you?
Not a massive fan.
No.
I thought there's a bit of a disconnect from his voice to the character.
Yeah, I agree.
Because he hasn't got it's because he's got his mask. It almost felt like it was out of sync, even though it wasn't. You know what I mean? I felt
you feel like you needed to see his mouth.
Yeah. And it's because I know Bill Nye. But I couldn't see this character's face. I recognise the voice. It's not, you know what I mean? I can assign that voice to someone else.
In fairness, it's very rare that in games the main character you don't see some sort of resemblance of a mouth moving. Maybe Halo when Master Chief speaks. I don't really see him speak, but I'm guessing he speaks with his helmet on.
Yeah, no, you don't see his mouth. But then again, with Master Chief, I didn't know that guy before Master Chief.
Yeah.
This one just seemed odd to me. But then it's a beta. It's not. Maybe not furnished.
Maybe they'll put a little mouth there.
Yeah.
They'll draw a little smiley face.
I love that. That'd be genius. But no, definitely better. Very much looking forward to it. But we spoke about the 360, and I've been playing my 360 more than my PS4 this week because Colin let me borrow South Park.
Oh yeah.
I actually don't think it's all that great.
Some people say it's really good.
Yeah, the South Park bits are funny, but it's such a slow start, and the game is actually quite it's quite boring at some parts.
Really?
When you're just walking about, it's just not enjoying it.
I thought there's little bits of South Park elements there. Even when you're walking about, you go, "Oh, that's cool."
It's fantastic, and everything you open, you go into the school, and even you just collect stuff all the time, right? So you loot a chest, and it will just have a lot of shit that you can sell. Most of the stuff you just sell.
Yeah.
But you walk into the school and they'll be in the lockers you loot. There'll be the Cartman's book, in the Smurfs episode.
Oh yeah.
It's just his book. What happened to my school? And there's so many. If you get South Park and listen to the music, and what's on TV and stuff, it's all fantastic. It's great. The whole world is really really cool. But the game, and also also maybe my mindset was wrong. I went into it thinking it was basically just going to be they lead me through this story. That's great South Park epic. And actually, it is a proper game, in the respect that, if you don't take it seriously, you will fuck up. The amount of enemies I've died a few times already just because you cock up one move and they kind of all over you if you don't quickly come back, and so it's almost like you have to get past the fact that you're actually playing a proper game. Oh, cool. But actually, so far, I thought the story's been very so-so. I thought it's been very so-so. Really? Yeah, really so-so. But it has got the ability to keep you playing
because of the South Parkness.
Because of the South Parkness. Have you played? Have you played?
No, I keep meaning to. I might try and get it off of you when you're done with it.
No, definitely. I'm definitely going to finish it, 100%. Because the South Parkness is fantastic.
There's a good part to it. Yeah.
Some bits are very funny because it's South Park.
And you get the references. That's the main thing. So if you wasn't a South Park fan, I think it might be different.
Yeah, it's very good. So I want to play through it, but and the turn-based combat is good. I love turn-based combat, as you know. But it's very much so and so for me.
Oh, right.
But it'd be nice playing the 360 again. You know what I found using the 360 controllers now? I've been playing the PlayStation ones, and you might even find it as well. With the one is my two fingers start to hurt when I have to because that middle pack's in the way.
You can feel it pressing.
Beforehand, I used to love tucking my fingers in there and having this pack. I used to hate the ones without it.
Yeah.
But now, my fingers, I have to play it when they're across.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's really annoying having that battery pack in the middle.
I sort of like play them across and sort of lock them around the side instead of because I used to just.
It sort of rubs, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And you're I used to love that, but now playing with a smooth back of the controller, and like I said, I was talking to Conrad about it as well, and I said, "Do you find that with a one?" Because. And he says it's a bit, not so much, but that was the biggest thing I noticed. I still love the controller, I still think it's fantastic, but it was just like, man,
how did you do this before?
Could do without this battery pack in it.
Yeah, I think it's more obvious for you guys just because the PS4 and the Xbox 360 controllers are so different.
Oh, completely.
Whereas the 360 and the Xbox One controllers are relatively similar in the sort of hand shape way that you hold, and the triggers are a bit more triggery. Apart from that, it's
that's what I was thinking. But I mean, you've still got this big space now.
Yeah, you do notice. And it feels weird when you go back to the Xbox One controller and then you kind of feel like you need to put your fingers somewhere, but
you don't.
Nowhere to put them.
No, it is odd. It's funny little things. I like little things, you just realise.
You kind of come back to it. But things it's weird that you wouldn't have thought that before. It's like
I loved that before. And whenever I played one without it, it just felt naked.
Yeah. And also the fact that the Xbox controllers we all used to say as well was such a lovely controller anyway. It felt right, didn't it? It was a good size, good buttons in the right place and stuff.
I'd say the 360 controller is probably the best controller I've ever used. Even better than the Xbox One. The Xbox One just feels a bit flimsy, but the 360 always felt really sturdy. Like you actually, you give it a good old squeeze.
It is funny. I mean, we all love the 360 controllers. The PS4 controllers are really good, but
really
but then the thing I noticed coming back with them is the weight. Like I like a bit of weight in my tech.
Yeah.
But going back from PlayStation to the Xbox, it almost feels too heavy now.
Really?
But, the Xbox ones feel really heavy. Yeah. But it's still comfy and it's still fantastic to use. PS4 ones is brilliant. I would quite like the. You're totally used to it now. I do like the. I don't know what the word is, but the analog sticks being
concave. You mean? So basically, they go in.
No, analog sticks being like that rather.
Than that. Right, so being
like Xbox ones instead of being like flat at the bottom. Yeah. I did like the 360s good where they're like that. But the handles and everything and the buttons and the triggers of the PS4 is fantastic. And the weight, I really love the weight, even though it's light. I thought I wouldn't because I've played a few, but I think they knew that because I played a few couple of times on the PS3 and I really didn't like them controllers because they felt like you could literally just like blow on them and they just smash apart in a million pieces.
Yeah. But should we move on?
Yeah, no, go for it, guys. Well, Steve, you haven't been away for here. What have you been playing?
Well, to be honest with you, I've been out of the home quite a lot, hence why I've been away since Wednesday. So I haven't really had a chance to play anything. Also, I haven't been on the internet.
Where you been?
I was at a charity event. So
whereabouts was that?
Birmingham.
Oh my god! You went north?
I have to go a little bit north.
It's the
Midlands. Yeah, it's that area.
Midlands, is closer to the north.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Every step you take.
It's when you go into M11 and you do see the words the north.
Every time I drive to Lucy's house, I have to drive to the north, and I get off as quickly as I can.
Yeah, you don't want to be there long.
I don't want to be there for long.
Yeah. But apart from that, I've actually been having the chance to go back. Obviously, I played a little bit of Wii, played a bit of Super Smash Brothers.
Oh yeah.
A bit of Mario Kart as well. Yeah. So because obviously I haven't had a lot of internet, the games I would normally play on the PlayStation is I'm playing for online, Battlefield. So now that I've kind of stepped away from that, I've been like, okay, the Wii was already set up. I was going to be playing my GameCube, but I can't get it to work because I've got the first world problem of my TV being too high tech to allow the GameCube to work off it. So
you need to get like an adapter or something.
Yeah, but I think even then, even the
why don't you play your GameCube games on the Wii?
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I can do. That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm going to do. But it's still the Wii is component or composite. I always get the two confused.
Component,
which is which would be the white,
red,
the white, red, and so on. And that doesn't work on my big TV, and I have to get a converter into a SCART to work on that little small TV I do in uni. That's the only way I can play it.
You can't have the Wii on your big TV?
I can't, no.
Does it not have an HDMI port?
No.
No, Wii doesn't.
The Wii doesn't. Yeah, no HDMI. It doesn't have. I think I'm not even sure if you can get composite or whatever for it, really. Which is red, blue, and green.
We'll have to.
That's why I said you can get a cable for the GameCube, but it costs you about.
We'll have to have a big old. No, we'll have to have a big old Smash and Marriage cartoon around here. Because I can plug my Wii into that big TV downstairs.
Oh, can you?
That'd be
maybe it's the cable, because I just might need to get the cable for it, because I've only got the old version. So I think if I can get the other one, it'll work.
Because I can plug mine into that one.
Is it red, blue, and green you've got, or is it red?
I don't know. We'll have to check after this.
We should definitely play Wii drinking games.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have a big game night anyway, and mainly want to play because you've got how many controllers you got?
Well, for the GameCube,
For the Wii,
I've got one somewhere. Chantel's got one. That's it. But you can use the GameCube controllers.
Well, they're not even that expensive. I looked, right? All we need is 4 controllers, and that's That's Mario Kart.
That's
Smash Bros.
Time GameCube.
We need 4 GameCube controllers.
I've got 3.
We just get one from somewhere. It'll be dirt cheap. Get the ones that like the not official.
That's what I had. Yeah, I realised I used to have 2 officials and 2 not so officials, but one of them broke. So now I've only got 1 official and 2 non.
The official ones are the best.
They are nice.
They're so nice. I hate using unofficial GameCube controllers.
I never had a GameCube.
I never did, but I bought some had to buy some unofficial ones for my Wii.
Right.
But no, we can probably.
And then I've used the official ones with Steve. That's where I've known it.
So we can probably bust it out. And the amount of games I've got from my GameCube is a lot. So we can do that. Also, we need to have a Super Smash Bros. Competition. anything like that. Just bring it back. That'd be sweet. Also, I've got the Mario Soccer as well. Sorry, mate.
Strikers Charge.
Strikers Charge, yeah.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah,
that's
Mario
a good
Football.
It
completely makes no sense. Because it's just mental, but it's good fun.
We'll organise a day.
Did anybody ever have a Dreamcast?
No, never had a Dreamcast. My consoles were PS1, PS2, 360, PS4.
Did you never have like a Sega or an N64?
No, PS1 was my first console.
I had an old Atari, like really old Atari games console. I can't remember what that was called. Had the SNES and the N64, Sega Mega Drive, and then the PS1, PS2, Xbox 360, Xbox One.
See, I think this as well. I must have got into gaming pretty late for our generation.
PS1, you would have been quite
because I hear a lot of people say it, and you saying that now, you had like 4 consoles before
the PS1.
Like I think after my nan, I have played other consoles. I've played. My grandma at boot sale bought a Super Nintendo, so whenever around her house, I used to play the SNES. But my first console in full was the PS1. So actually, I must have.
Must be
got into gaming. I remember going around mates' house to play like N64 and stuff.
Yeah.
But I must have actually got into gaming for me actually quite late, which I didn't realise. Because I was still young. Like when did the PS1 came out in 95 maybe?
Nah, because I was looking at the GameCube, the N64, which was one of the main ones that I played, was in Europe, came out in 1997.
Yeah, so but the PS2 came out in 2000.
Yeah, but I think the PlayStation wasn't the PS1.
Oh, it's pretty. Maybe 98.
Maybe 98. Yeah, it wouldn't have been. It wasn't around the time
because I didn't have a PS1 for that long.
7? What before you got PS2?
Because I can remember getting the PS1 and playing.
Can you check for me?
Don't particularly remember playing it that much, but then I can always remember going to my cousin's house who had a PS2, and he was playing WWE. Well, no, it's WWF then. WWF I don't know. 2000 or whatever the fuck the equivalent was, and I thought the graphics were absolutely amazing. And then my mum and dad bought me a PS2, and we had Metal Gear on demo.
1995.
I got it right.
What was 95?
PS1. The PS1 came out before the N64.
I thought it was after.
In Europe, is that?
Yeah, Europe. Yeah.
So it came out before the N64.
Yeah.
Really? PS1 apparently. So.
Oh, that's the PlayStation. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, the PlayStation.
Yeah, because I had a PlayStation originally. Then it broke, and we got it changed to a new one, exchanged for free. That broke, got it exchanged for free for another one. This is my third PlayStation. That broke, and I got exchanged for a PS1. And I've still got that
the PS1 came out in 2000.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, in 2000 the PS1 came
out? The PS1.
But the PS1 wasn't out for long before the
PlayStation 2.
PlayStation 2 came out.
Exactly, yeah.
So it must have gone Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64 then.
Yeah.
And Sega Mega Drive must have been out around about the same time as the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, and Dreamcast, I think.
Dreamcast
was basically just like a black hole.
I think Dreamcast was around about the same time as the PS2.
I think so, yeah.
I think it was late. Though.
That was dreadful.
They had some great ideas though.
It's
got a lot of love.
Well, I hear that the Xbox 360 was built a lot on the Dreamcast.
I can see
like
that.
It took a lot of not necessarily the tech and the hardware, but some of the things that they did with the Dreamcast. The 360 took a lot of it.
PlayStation 2 apparently came out in Europe in 2000 as well.
2000.
Apparently, yeah. November 24th, 2000.
Where? Europe. Where's Europe? Oh yeah. So the PS1 came out, basically a slim version. They brought out a slim version, then they took out the PS2. I knew the PS2 came out in 2000.
Hence why the PlayStation 2 Slim came out over here in 2004.
And then it was a long time until...
I did as well.
And then a long time between then until the PS3 came out. PS3 must have been like 2005?
No, 7-year generation, wasn't it? So
was it 7 years?
So it must have been 2007-ish.
Yeah, 7 years.
Or 2006.
So I'm trying to think when I got Again, I got a 360 way later than all you guys, because I bought a Wii.
Yeah, I remember you buying the Wii.
I got a Wii that Christmas. I don't know how my parents managed to do it. Did you get a Wii that Christmas?
I think so, yeah.
You know when they you couldn't get them anywhere. Somehow my parents managed to get one.
I got a 360 that Christmas as well. And
everyone wanted the Wii.
Yeah.
So, but then I traded my Wii in for a 360.
Oh, really?
Play with you guys.
And then you bought a Wii again.
I remember carrying it home. I had to carry with you guys, and we carried it back to my house from town.
Yeah. I do remember going in actually, because didn't you get a pre-owned?
I think so, yeah. I think a new one.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever owned a brand new Xbox 360.
No.
I've had like 3 of them because they've all broken and they've all been trade-ins.
I've only ever
That's
owned
a good sign.
Yeah, I know.
Don't buy a second-hand console.
I had my original. I've still got my original Xbox 360, the white one, that is like 9 years old, still works.
That's the one I've got. I never changed it. I still got that. I just bought a new
got the red ring.
That's my PS2. One PS2 for me. That was it. I haven't. Looking back, really, actually, I haven't had a very successful console life because I've had about 4 PlayStations that all broke. One PS2, brilliant. And about 4 Xbox 360s. I fucking hope I hope it skips a generation. So the PS4 will be fine. I don't have to worry about the PS5 or the Xbox 7, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be shit.
Yeah. By then it'll be implanted into our minds, like the next
Project Morpheus would have taken over the world.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
we will be in the Matrix. It's literally
will be.
Sony is going to make the Matrix.
If you just want a game, you'll just make it out of the code, and that'll be the game.
Yeah. That'd be fun.
Good one. So,
apart from that, that's it. Basically, I've been going back in the past, really, and I haven't had much. Now, of course, got The Last of Us, which should be at home. I don't know why I did that noise for at all. It made no sense. But
well, to be honest, I'd make that noise if I was going to be playing The Last of Us.
Yeah, because it's just crazy how you can see a game like that and how people have rated it 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10. And I want to see what that experience is.
Yeah.
So I really am looking forward to it. So it's basically sitting at home now, and why am I podcasting? I should be playing.
Really, yeah, you should be playing it.
But no. So that's why.
Hey, I've seen my disc.
I know you've actually seen it. I haven't.
I've got Sunday to play.
Have you got Sunday?
I'm not playing it tonight because I'm heading.
Oh, you're out. Yeah.
And then tomorrow I'm busy all day, but Sunday's my day to play The Last of Us.
I'm thinking this Christmas I might get myself a PS4. I'm so tempted.
I really want to get myself an Xbox One. I think Con's looking to get a PS4.
Yeah.
For
like Christmas birthday present. Cause my
what's he looking? Games he looking to get it for? I think for Diablo 3.
Diablo 3.
Why?
Yeah.
Diablo 3's on what?
To play with us.
Oh, to play with you guys.
Yeah.
Alright.
So
yeah, because I'm not that fussed by Diablo, to be honest.
I'm gonna get it because I really loved it on the PC. But that's the thing. If I didn't play it on the PC, I wouldn't care. No. But and also because I've got it, or my brother's got it on the 360, and on consoles it's really good.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, like really good. Like as a console gamer myself, the controls and stuff, it works really well on the 360.
And also the fact when it's on the PC, I always find news with the point and click, and I'm never really a big fan of that. Really, I've been a massive one. So therefore, when it comes to on PC, I'll be like, So now console will be good, and also the fact that they're going to ramp up a little bit. It's going to be a few new tweaks to it as well that they haven't done, like new updates.
And also, they're doing a thing like you do with a lot of them now, is that it comes with the Reaper of Souls DLC. Like The Last of Us comes with the DLC and stuff. So that's like £15 in its own, right? So you technically save that money.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely thinking in an ideal world, in a perfect world, if I had the money, I'd get a PS4 and a Vita together, just because I was blown away by you playing Destiny on
that is
Vita.
So cool, isn't it?
I thought that was so cool. Yeah,
definitely something. The beta was on
Vita. Yeah, because you can just
remote play. Yeah.
No, it's cool. I might look to get a good game. Oh, that's what I was going to get. The Ratchet and Clank collection came out on Vita.
Oh, yeah.
So I might buy it just to play through the original 3 Ratchet and Clank. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that.
That's another cheeky one.
Yeah. But the biggest thing with Vita is memory cards, right? So I'd buy loads of games on my Vita, but I've just got no fucking space.
That's the problem with it. Yeah.
And if I want to buy another memory card, it's like £32 for a 16 gig memory card.
And
it's like, Sony, what planet are you on? I can buy a 16 gig memory card, like USB memory card, for like a $5 now. Like what world are you living in?
They're still in the old PlayStation 2. Like that's how much a PS2 memory card was going to be.
But also the fact that all the
you remember when they cost so much money? I'd have to pay you for one now. You'd have to pay me for you to have one. That's just nothing now.
Yeah, I was going to say only because of the nature as well of the PlayStation Vita is that you can't really just delete games, I don't think, because the Vita is one of them guys where if you've got it installed, you don't want to delete it because you pick up and go, I feel like playing this.
That's the thing.
Certain things you can delete.
Like FIFA, right? FIFA, I've got FIFA 12 on there, I think, right? That game is 4 gigabytes. So I can't have it on there if I want to play other stuff. I've got a card that's 4 gigabytes, but I can't use that because there's a little bit of system, because it's a little bit more, right? So it won't fit on that disk. So it means I've got another 8 gig one. I need to take a half of that for FIFA. I'd love just to have FIFA on there because it's a game you want to dip in, have a game, but I can't because
it's stupid, isn't it?
These other games.
Why would the games be that? Well, things are why not just increase. I'm sure we've got the technology.
Yeah, and again, all these PS Plus games that come out every month, I'd love to play them all, but I don't have the space to download and play.
Exactly.
So,
sucks.
I know what the Xbox One and Xbox 360 games with gold are this month.
Oh,
if you're interested,
yeah, go for it.
It's one I've already got, Struxy Zero. We did a review of that. They sent us a code for it a while ago, which is pretty decent. And I fucking called it in pretty much every single article I've been written for the past 2 months. It's Crimson Dragon, that random dragon game.
Oh, really?
Which I'm going to play. It's a rail shooter. I reckon it's going to be shit.
Yeah. It's a rail. I conversated about this actually, but I forgot. Yeah, that's cool.
So I'm going to play that.
We get an indie game, and we also get Fez.
Oh, you get Fez.
Fez. Yeah,
nice.
PlayStation 4.
Which I bought it on the Vita.
You did.
So I'm going to get it on the PS4. Which
I have Fez on the 360. It's such a good game.
So we get that, and
nice
also
game.
Yeah, it's really cool, isn't it?
It's just really relaxing to play.
Yeah, but it's
a puzzle.
It's really frustrating, but it's good for your soul stuff.
Yeah. So we got that, and also another little indie game as well, which I
can check out. I'm not sure.
Yeah, can do. And then
also,
as the thing as well, is the PlayStation 3, which I remember also is getting Crysis 3.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, PS3 gets such good games.
I know it takes a bit because I think
they just had Dead Space 3, and now they're getting Crysis 3.
That's the kind of game that I want to have on my PlayStation.
What's the 360 game? Do we know? Does anyone know?
I did know. It was nothing impressive, I must admit. Not Destiny. Fucking hell.
Destiny.
They're getting Dishonored for the second half.
Right.
And the first half, I think they're getting a small indie game or something like that. Something weird. Can't quite remember what it is.
Dishonored's not bad. My brother played that. It's a pretty good game.
Yeah, it's alright.
Old game.
Pretty much just reminds me of Thief. And Thief was a bit crap.
Yeah, a little bit of Thief with... there's another game.
Kind of looks Bioshocky.
Yeah. No, not bad.
But yeah, it's alright.
The Order. I think the Order sort of took a bit of inspiration from that because it's sort of set in the same environment.
Yeah. When's that coming out?
Next year, I think. Later, yeah. I think it's autumn.
Is there something wrong with your internet? Because it's been really slow for Wi-Fi.
I don't know. Is it
Road Not Taken. That's the one. Which is like a weird. It's almost very similar to.
Looks like Pokemon.
No, it's like another little puzzle kind of based game.
Oh, right. It doesn't look like Pokemon.
And you kind of work things out, and I've only seen it briefly, so it's once again just like another indie-ish type game. So, which would be cool.
Yeah, so I'm gonna play Crimson Dragon and probably write a very scathing review because I think it looks shit.
Yeah, basically, Road Not Taken reminds me a bit of Don't Starve in a sense. It seems like
I was really jealous of Don't Starve. I thought Don't Starve was a fantastic little game.
It was really cool.
Sort of introductory. I'm surprised it took them this long to do Crimson Dragon, to be honest. I assumed that was going to be the first one. Thought it was going to be Crimson Dragon and Power Star Golf or some shit.
But yeah, no, I'm looking forward. I think August has got a good lineup.
But you know what else the PlayStation has, which is better than Crimson Dragon? PlayStation Now.
PlayStation Now. That's
that's just come out. Is that the beta?
Yes, we're going to move on to news. That's a bloody good segue. Yeah. So we'll move on to news.
You love the word segue, don't you?
That's super because it's because Greg Millie's there a lot of.
Is that right? Segue.
We used Greg Way. You want a segue?
Yeah, I got a segue. Yeah, it was awesome.
You segued onto segue.
I segued.
Jesus Christ.
I segued to segue.
That's totally meta, man. That's totally meta.
It is. It was actually freaking awesome, I have to say.
Did you
I feel like
off a cliff?
No, but I did feel like a posh twat.
Oh, cool.
Really?
Did you have to wear a helmet and
you had
elbow
to wear
pads?
Yeah. And we went on like a little track. It was freaking sweet. And you're like, oh, woo. So, and you don't feel like you're going to fall off at all. When you step on, you lose your pants a little bit, and then you just go forward and you're just like, yeah.
Yeah.
You do feel like that. So, but of course, we're here about games, not segways.
I'm not really sure how.
No, the PlayStation Now beta. I will just get back into it. It's gone live now. The beta's gone live. 123 games are listed, which is a lot of games.
That's not bad. I reckon they've literally just done it for 1, 2, 3, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, and PlayStation 3.
I don't know. They've obviously made a conscious decision to do one. It hasn't. I don't think that's random. Can I use your phone to find some stuff?
To look at porn?
Yeah.
I just need a quick podcast porn.
Can I just use your phone to download viruses?
No, chat. I'm just googling. I'm googling this. I want to find out a list.
If you just Google download killer viruses, do you reckon you just take you to a website that just give you a virus for the shit?
Probably.
Should we find out?
No.
Let me find out.
I'd rather not.
Steve, something's happened.
The PlayStation Beta, what I've heard so far is that the games are very, very expensive. PlayStation Now Beta, sorry.
It's disappointing, that is, really.
Yeah, I've heard they're like astronomically expensive.
Which kind of then puts you off doing that service. Because the whole point of doing that is to like try a game, see what it's like, test it out, and
give it a good old play.
Yeah, exactly. And you don't want to be paying top dollar for that. That's the whole idea. Because if you pay that and you like it for cheap money, then you buy the game. Yeah. That's what I'd do. If I really enjoy a game that much, I would buy it out.
Or if you enjoyed it enough to warrant playing it now and then, you just rent it out now and then.
And do that exactly.
Every hour or so.
Not
for an hour or so.
Yeah. Because that will definitely not. You'll have the reverse effect.
I think I like the idea of PlayStation Now, but I would prefer it if it was like Netflix. So you pay a monthly subscription and then those games are free to play. Obviously, within reason, I think maybe they could do different subscription bands. So, say you pay £15 a month, and you can play any game you want for an hour, and you can play it for an hour or an hour and a half, 2 hours, and you can play it for an hour and a half, 2 hours every 3 days or something like that.
I mean, I think
build it back up.
Look at the prices here. If you want it for 90 days, it costs $24. 30 days is $11.99. This is in dollars or in dollars. 7 days is $6.99 and 4 hours is $3.99. So what we're looking for a month. You're getting it for about £6, maybe £8 maybe for 6 days. That's not terrible.
It's not terrible.
I think they've lowered it since. Remember those? There was leaked screens, and that was silly. It was like 90 days. It was like 90 days for like the full retail, for like £30-40. Yeah,
I think
these have got better. Who wants to rent a game for 4 hours? I guess if you've got your mates going on for FIFA, just rent a FIFA game for 4 hours. That's actually not a bad idea.
I think the problem with it is that it adds up quite quickly. So the point of it is that you want to try lots of different games.
Yeah.
And you're going to want to be playing in maybe 4 hours, maybe a few days at a time. Which is where the Netflix style with maybe a time limiter or something would be nice, would be much more... I would much rather pay £20 a month to be able to play any games that I want for maybe a set amount of time. I'd much rather that so that I could flick in and out of different games and have to think to myself, I've just spent £16 on a game that I don't really like, but I'm going to have to play it because I've rented it and the £16...
You've got no choice,
It's not that you've got no choice, but like £16 is quite a bit of money for like playing an hour and thinking to yourself that was a load of crap.
No, that makes sense. So.
Like the point is that you're supposed to be having a go, but the majority of the games that they're going to be putting out, PS1, PS2, PS3 games, you could probably buy pre-owned for £4 or £5.
Cheap as chips.
It's great. I mean, they've got some games like Twisted Metal, Killzone, Darksiders, Sniper Elite.
What, Snap Elite 3?
No.
Yeah,
2.
see...
No, they're all going to be PS3 games. They're not going to be the brand newest ones. They're basically going to be...
but you could buy all of those games pre-owned for maybe £10 max per game.
Yeah. No, I think... well, it's not the full... Someone did the full list. No, I think you're right. I'd pay 50... I'd pay X amount a month to just be able to try anyone I want, but the renting's a bit... Yeah, isn't it?
Can I also make a point?
There you go.
The Last of Us is not out on PS4. Why is it not out? You have it.
It's supposed to be out.
I said you have it.
No, I was thinking The Last of Us on PS4. It's just got a massive load of hype, you know.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make a point from people who didn't know that it was going to be out.
And if they didn't,
Yeah, here are the games. Crazy Taxi's going to. There you go. Do you want to have a look at the games?
Yeah.
No, Last of Us out. Yeah, like we said, we mentioned it. We got it. Just wanted to make a note because it is quite a momentous thing. I think.
I didn't know Dead Rising was on PlayStation as well.
Dead Rising 2 is
right.
Dead Rising 1 and 3 are Xbox exclusives, but 2 is across all of it.
But yeah, no, because it's interesting. Well, I went into game, and basically there was hardly any of the Last of Us promo. It's all Destiny and all bits like that. And I was really disappointed because I thought the Last of Us would be.
That's the 500 million token.
Yeah, it is. But I think I was still because I went into game and I couldn't actually see any copy of the game on a shelf. I had to go to the checkout and be like, "Well, where's the Last of Us?" And it's like, "Oh, it's behind us." Well, what about the rest of the promo? Like, where is it on the shelves in front, guy? And the Last of Us comes out. I thought it was quite a big title to release like that. I know, even though it's a remastered edition, it's still like...
Yeah, but I think Sony are not spending money on it because it's almost generating its own hype. Like, they don't need to be it. But also, that's the thing about... I mean, I was saying earlier on to you guys, like, I'm not going to go... Retail is such a bullshit and it's so expensive. And it's also... It's so obvious that people aren't shopping retail anymore because there's so many different digital options. Because I remember the time when if I'd have just... Without knowing that I'd pre-ordered the game... Go into game in London, in Hamleys, on Regent Street, asking for a brand new game out that day. I'd be lucky if I got a copy. There was loads of copies on the side, right?
Yeah.
I was thinking the other day to myself, like, I know we were talking about games coming out on release day. I might pop down and get that at lunchtime if it comes out today. That never used to be able to happen. If a game came out and you didn't pre-order it, you wouldn't get it launch
like
day.
GTA
you might
5.
get it the next week, but you wouldn't get it launch day.
No. Not unless you pre-ordered it, yeah. It's very like you get the off chance. It's like, oh, have you got any spare copies that haven't been picked up right? And
Well, sometimes even if you pre-ordered it, you weren't guaranteed to get it.
But
like,
now, because of digital, like, I literally don't worry about finding a game retail. I will find it. Just because, you know what I mean?
If it's not in game, it'll be...
And the only reason I've bought games retail, well, there's two reasons. One is because I do actually like a disc, but the other reason is because they're more expensive online a lot of the time.
Yeah.
So I'll just buy games retail. It's just there. I'm going to get it at lunchtime, come over there.
Yeah. It's nice to do. And also, you know, you're supporting like the economy kind of, which sounds a bit business-like, but it is. Because I like supporting it. I like the fact that this game was there. But also the fact that
supporting the economy.
Because the amount of time we spent like going into game, like if we went into town, like that would be the first place.
Yeah, but then back then. When we were like, say, I don't know, 14, 15 and we'd go to game, the people there would be talking to you, they'd be like chatting about what games you've been playing, what games you want to get. I remember one time, well, I've probably already mentioned this on the podcast to be honest, but do you remember, I called him like the Warlock or something?
The Goblin.
The
Goblin, that's it, in game. And I wanted to get Fight Night Round 3, I think, and Fight Night Round 2, and it was say £10, and I took the game to the counter and I was like, "Is this £10 or is it any cheap?" Because I didn't have £10, I only had like £5. He goes, "Oh, it's alright, mate." And he just stuck a new sticker on it and put £3.50 on the sticker.
Really?
He's like, "Yeah, you can just have that for £3.50."
Boom.
So yeah, I just took it home for £3.50. I was like, "Oh, thanks, mate." And like, I continued to shop there because he knew me because I go there. I went there all the time. Like we all went there all the time. So he knew that we were regular customers. Now you walk into game, they wouldn't fucking recognise you.
I like game. I think in general still. You're right. It's lost a bit of that. We didn't go in there as much though.
Yeah, true, but it's still not nowhere near as personal. Now there's just hundreds of people in there most of the time, and you'd be lucky to get served. You're lucky if the queue isn't out the door, let alone. And half the time they cock up. Like I remember my brother quite recently bought the new Assassin's Creed game from Game, and the woman behind the counter. I say she was a woman, but probably girl. I don't know.
Person.
19. She put the PC, she put the PC disc and booklet in the Xbox One case, but not only did she get it wrong,
sure it doesn't fit.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like, she works in games. She should know the difference between a PC and an Xbox One game. It's like one of the fucking fundamental things. Not only that, she had to fold the booklet in half to fit it in the case. And then my brother, like, obviously didn't notice because she'd just done this. And then he got home, went home, started playing it, realised it didn't work on his console. And then we had to go all the way back in to get it switched. And I remember I went to game once and the woman was packaging it and I think she must have been... She's probably older. This is in Norwich. Different girl. But she forgot to put the booklet in the game that I was buying. Which, although it doesn't sound that big, if you then ever want to trade that game in, they're not going to take it because it doesn't.
Or give you less money.
Yeah, or give you less money. And it's just little things like that piss me off. That usually, if you buy online, they don't cock up. If it's a cock up, it's not them. It's usually the post.
Yeah.
And like companies like Shop 2, they deliver a day before the game even comes out,
which is awesome.
For cheaper and free delivery, and you get like reward points and stuff. So.
How do you say no to that?
Yeah.
Next on the list.
Well, I don't know. We've actually rambled on for a hell of a lot of time.
Jeez.
So we can either do two things. We can talk about two more things on the list, or we can do a Comrades, or we can do an Alec Cast or Comrades Convo tribute. It's up to you guys.
Can I do one of each?
If you want to.
One bit of topic?
40 minutes. I don't really mind.
We can do one topic. We'll do one topic and then one thing there. For our choices, even.
What would you like? We can talk about. We can talk about, guys. This has to be EA Access. No Man's Sky coming. We can talk about Xbox Entertainment, or we can talk about FIFA 15. What would you like?
I kind of fancy No Man's Sky just because I like the look of that game, and I'm not really sure what that's.
No Man's Sky.
Yeah, and also English developer as well.
Okay, let's talk about No Man's Sky. So the new No Man's Sky,
indie developer.
And there's we've known it's not going to be exclusive, but there has been a little bit of because Sony. There's been so much on Sony. But they have confirmed that it will be coming to PC. They have that it definitely will be coming to PC. Still don't know if it's coming to Xbox One. I couldn't find information about it.
No, I think maybe.
But I know it's going to be. I know it's going to be coming to PC. It's going to be a timed exclusive only on PS4 before it comes to PC.
X amount of time.
But if they're putting it to PC, unless they've got a deal with Sony, they like to not bring it to the Xbox. I don't see.
They haven't though.
How easy it must be. They must have plans to bring it to the Xbox if they do it for PC. The architecture of the system.
Not necessarily, because what do you call it? Your H1Z1 that's coming to PC, but it's not coming to Xbox One. That's going to be on Steam, on PC, and PS4 because it's made by Sony Online Entertainment.
Yeah, so that's why it's not going to come to.
Yeah, but it's
Xbox.
still on PC, and it.
Yeah, but I'm saying this one's not made by Sony.
Oh yeah, true. No, it's not.
So like the only reason I could, and with it for PC, like the architecture's there to port
transfer over,
right?
Yeah.
So I'm saying that the only reason it wouldn't, in my eyes, come to Xbox is if Sony have said to, right, we're not going to make you exclusive, but here's enough money to not bring it to the Xbox, so to speak.
That's an interesting decision though, because I remember seeing the interview with one of the creators of the game, and he said he just chose the PS4 because there was no preference. I think it just happened to be the PlayStation 4. That's what they went with. As opposed to like we don't like the Xbox One or we don't want to work with it.
I'd imagine they were just the first people to offer them.
Yeah, I reckon so. Maybe because PlayStation's very much supportive of that, aren't they?
So I think there's either two things are going to happen. One, it's going to launch, it's going to be incredibly successful. Sony will pay to keep it off the Xbox, and they may even pay to keep it off PC. If it's that, because it's launching on PlayStation first. Or what will happen is they'll get so successful. They don't need that.
It will just come to Xbox One at a later date.
They can put it to all of them.
Like next year or something.
I'd imagine it will come to PC and Xbox One at some point.
I hope it does.
I'd imagine it'll come to PC. I don't know about Xbox One.
I hope it does. It looks like a great game. I think it definitely has planned to come to PC. I think they will do.
I
don't think PC is a threat to Sony.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's just different.
It's a different market.
Different target market entirely.
I don't think it would necessarily be fair on them not to. Not fair, but it'd be silly for them not to sort of just keep your allegiance with one side. As an indie developer, you want to be reaching as bigger audience as possible. Because whilst they like making indie games, I'm very sure that if they were to become successful and become the next, I don't know, like Gearbox or whatever, they're not going to complain.
But the issue is obviously you've got the cost of that as well, and obviously as a small team, you can only really focus on probably doing one console, because obviously if you've then got to reformat it for another one, first of all you've got the charges that come in. But
then Xbox would cover it in their Xbox ID at Xbox, sorry.
Yeah, but also just the cost though, like of the developers, the actual technical, to make the game and convert it. I think is they've got the time for that, and and so on, which will come. Those the bigger ones can do it, but smaller teams have to be a lot more
There's
specialised.
only 4 people making it there, something like that.
Yeah,
Stupid like that. Yeah,
It's crazy. I'm really looking forward to it though. It should be a great game. Should be a really good game.
Should be a cracker. So.
Alright.
Should we move on to a Comrades Convo?
Yeah.
So we're going to do a segment we always do called when Comrades here, called Comrades Convo. Comrades not here, so as a fitting tribute, we're going to be doing Alex asks. We have before done Alec asks. It literally just changes, depends on which one of us is doing it.
And what the weather is.
And Steve's occasionally done a Steven statement, but here I have
We went terribly wrong.
2 statements. I'm going to answer each of them. They have a minute to give their best answer. Not the calculator, I want a timer. And then we'll see how well they get on. So who wants to go first?
I think Alec.
No,
You want to go first again? Alec always goes
first.
first.
Is it the same question or is it different?
No, it's different questions.
Oh, I'll go first then. That makes a difference.
You want to go first?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I'm still
a minute
slightly more
after
time.
I've finished. Okay. Alec, what can retailers do to bring us back to the stores, and what would you want out of a retail experience that would get you from not buying it online? Besides price, that's what. Besides price, what do you want out of a retail experience?
Yeah.
Okay, go.
Free hand job.
Okay.
That'd be nice.
Nice.
But failing that, my main problem with retail at the moment is I'm lazy. So I don't like going into town if I don't have to. I do get the train, but by the time I'm home, it's quite late. And my lunch break is pretty short because I'm quite busy, so I don't really get time to go into London. And there's not that many shops not gaming shops around Farringdon. So I couldn't get it in my lunch break, couldn't get it before or after work. So I'd have to physically go into town to get it, which is annoying. And then it's especially annoying because the games are more expensive. Their customer service sometimes is a bit poor. Parking in Chelmsford is a fucking nightmare and it's expensive. So yeah, really, I'd need them to lower the price, get better parking in Chelmsford, and maybe draw me in with more DLC deals, that sort of stuff, like maybe sort of special deals for buying in-store that you wouldn't get online. Yeah.
Okay, so special, and they are seeing some of that sort of stuff. Game, of course, you could only have access to the Destiny beta while pre-ordering through Game, I think, originally in the UK.
Yeah.
And then they opened to everyone. So
then that was online as well.
That sort of thing.
Like if you pre-ordered online, you got the codes too.
Oh,
so,
did you? Yeah.
Because I did. That's how I did it.
And I know in America, they are doing like special store-located DLC.
I think in America, in-store purchase, like in-store buying is a lot bigger. Like GameStop, I think is pretty massive in America. Whereas here, I don't think it's quite as popular. I think gamers tend to buy more from Amazon and that sort of stuff.
Maybe.
I'm still chatting. Steve, go.
Stephen Riley.
I'm just okay.
With PlayStation Now, EA Access, Netflix, Xbox Live, PlayStation Plus, and the rest of them,
That's a lot of names there.
how much can people realistically afford, and what should be done about the subscription services in general to make it more affordable for everyone to have access to most things? Go.
Well, first that's going to be quite difficult because newcomers going to be coming up to offer that. For example, Amazon, they all want to appear the pie, don't they?
Did I mention Amazon? I didn't, so keep talking.
Or anyway, like Amazon,
Well, you did.
but Amazon
Love Film.
Yeah, Amazon Love Film, that kind of thing. So, but I'm just saying that kind of service provider. So they're all going to be there. So therefore, it's quite difficult to judge how much money you should be charging at the start. So, but I think realistically, it should be cheaper. I think it should be able to entice you, as I was discussing earlier, that it should be cheap enough to get you involved in it, to buy it, to get your interest, and then you want to buy the game because that's where the money might be coming from. So. And as for the other ones, I mean,
how much can people realistically afford? How many do you reckon they can have? And what should be done? Should anything be done about it beyond the cost, beyond like just making them all
you
cheap?
additional services basically.
Well, I don't know. Maybe they collate them all into one cost that you can pay.
But that's the one thing, because I think that would be better. Also, the fact that if you could have one service where you could just go to a convenience store where you go to it and think, I've got everything available to me. It could be it could be game demos, it could be beta access, it could be game level. That went really quickly.
It did go quickly. Do you think it'd be better if would you Alec, would you accept a rise in the price of Xbox Live if it included stuff like EA Access and Netflix?
Not really, because I'd pay for it anyway.
But if you didn't have to, that's what I'm saying.
As long as
would you be happier, right? So EA Access, Netflix, all this stuff, paying £5 each, or would you say like £12 for Xbox Live? You get it all rather than £7 for Xbox Live.
I like the choice because I do have Netflix and Love Film, but I don't necessarily want EA Access. So as long as it's not ridiculously expensive, then yeah, I'd be happy. If it's more expensive than paying all separately, then that'd piss me off. But if it was a decent price, then yeah, I'd be happy with that.
I think you both did pretty well. Not bad. I hope my questions were as good. Not quite up to standard as Conrad's. Conrad always has fantastic questions.
Conrad is the king of
He
conversations.
is the king of conversations. He's the wizard of conversations.
Yeah.
That wizard came from conversation.
He did.
But not bad. Yeah, and we again talked a lot of shit, but it was fun. I had a really good time tonight.
Yeah,
thank you very much, guys.
Yeah, thank you for listening.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much for listening. It's been the Unplaying podcast episode 23. You can find these podcasts on YouTube and Mixcloud every Wednesday at I'm Playing TV on YouTube. We also post updates on our Facebook page, which is www.facebook.com/I'm and our Twitter account, which is @I'm_playing. And also check us out on various different other sites to see Twitch.
We're on Vine. I'm Playing Life.
I'm Playing Life is we do basically just Vines about us.
Random stuff, really.
Random stuff, but it's fun. And yeah, just be involved in the Unplaying community and get in touch with us for any feedback, or if you want to write for us as well, get in touch. I've been Alex Nichol, aka Think Bad Monkey. We've had Stephen Riley, aka Kalius.
Thank you very much.
And of course, Alec Ward, aka Alex Pillick.
Always a pleasure.
Always pleasure. Until next time, guys, thank you very much for listening. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.